Periva Sharanam, Deivathin Kural, Volume 2, Part 1, Auspicious Beginning, Chapter 1, Pillaiyar, the Child God. Pujya Sri Mahaperiyava, in his own passionate manner, speaks elaborately of Lord Ganesha and his Anugraha. He weaves in a poetic way the connection between Pillaiyar and Auvayar. Periyava says, chanting Vinayagar Agaval, composed by Auvayar, will make the entire universe prosperous. I am going to tell you some interesting things about two characters whose natural traits are totally contrasting. One of the two is an old lady and the other a young child. Generally, what do old ladies do? They stretch their legs and relax in the same position without moving. But this old lady is different. Filled with enormous energy, she travels with enthusiasm into every nook and corner of the villages in Tamil Nadu. Now, let us see the child. It looks quite plump and healthy. Generally, what does a child do? He or she is always active and agile, playing around and moving and running here and there. But this child is totally different. With a stern expression, it sits in the same place without moving even a bit. Funny old lady, funny child. The old lady is running around like a child, and the child is sitting at one place like the old lady. However, the old lady is enthusiastic and energetic even at this old age only because of this child's anugraha. Who is this Pillai? A male child is addressed as Pillai in Tamil. The Pillai is none other than Pillaiyar, Lord Ganesha, who is held in the highest form of reverence and addressed with several other names. Let us examine these nomenclatures in brief. Ganesha, Gana plus Isha, and Ganapati, Gana plus Pati. He is the principal chief commander of the Bhutaganas, who are the army and attendants of Lord Shiva. Vinayaka, V plus Nayaka. Generally, the prefix V in any word highlights either the superiority or the opposite of the substance. Here in Vinayaka, it means one who does not have any supervisor or boss. There is no one superior to him. He is the supervisor of all. Vigneshwara. He is the one who destroys all obstacles that confront us. Vignam in Sanskrit means obstacle. That is why we pray to Lord Vigneshwara before commencing any task, so that his anugraha removes all obstacles. Vigneshwara. He is the one who destroys all obstacles that confront us. Vignam in Sanskrit means obstacle. That is why we pray to Lord Vigneshwara before commencing any task, so that his anugraha removes all obstacles. That is why the first puja is always only to Lord Vigneshwara. Gajamukha and Gajaraja. He is the elephant face. Gaja means elephant in Tamil. An elephant possesses massive physical power but still does not injure or torment other animals as lions or tigers do. They carry out mammoth tasks for people in places like Burma and Kerala. Similarly, Pillaiyar is very powerful and confers prosperity on people. Like an elephant is sharp in its intellect and memory, Pillaiyar is also an epitome of wisdom. Among the animal species, an elephant with its face and eyes filled with calmness and compassion is one that always enchants onlookers. The way it moves its body, swallows its food, sways its ears and lifts its trunk is most delightful to look at. Similarly, in human race, a child is the one which keeps drawing one's incessant attention. There is no place for any wicked or evil feeling in a child. The child keeps playing joyfully and we feel immense joy just looking at it. Pillaiyar is a combination of an elephant and a child. No one feels tired or bored looking at him any number of times. He possesses the most innocent heart as that of a child and physical power and sharp intellect like that of an elephant. Above all these, he possesses an insatiable beauty and elegance. His entire appearance is filled with bliss and happiness. Many contradicting aspects are seen in him, which of course is very natural. Below the neck, he is a child, the human race. Above the neck, he is an elephant, the animal species. However, in reality, he is a deity of celestial beings. He is the god to receive the first and foremost puja. Though a child, he is the personification of great philosophies which denote the different contrasting factors within him. That itself is an expression of beauty. These contrasting factors reveal that everything is engrossed within him. For example, on one side there is a broken trunk and on the other he is holding a korukkattai, sweet coconut covered within rice flour. The sweet substance within the korukkattai is known as Purnam, which means absoluteness or completeness. The broken trunk represents deformity, while the korukkattai represents absoluteness or completeness. The revelation here is that the most absolute substance is only Pillaiyar. This realization is the absolute bliss. There is yet another contrast. Pillaiyar is a child and a celibate too. The irony here is that only after he chased Valli, she married Subramanya Swami, his younger brother. Even today, those yet to be married pray to this die-hard celibate for getting married. What does this mean? He showers grace on people to obtain even those substances that are not really relevant to him in his current stature. It is customary to call a person who is sitting glued to his place without moving an inch as Kallu Pillaiyar. Kallu in Tamil means stone. Similarly, though sitting like a Kallu Pillaiyar, he just lifts people in one sway and places them right on the top. This is how he lifted Auvayar from wherever he was sitting and dropped her in Kailasa in just one sway. His magnificence is unfathomable. There is an old Tamil adage that says, where child and God are playing, it becomes a place of celebration. The very God has descended in the form of a child in Pillaiyar. That is why in Tamil Nadu we see Pillaiyar sitting in every nook and corner, everywhere, offering his grace and benevolence to everybody. An old lady was able to run throughout Tamil Nadu only with his anugraha. Who was that old lady? She was Auvayar. Just look at two phrases, Auvai, Yar and Pillaiyar. Periyava Sharanam.